This video is sponsored by Keeps, more on them later. Last time on the program we took a look at what I thought was the most intense show on the History Channel, which is saying a lot because, have you seen Pawn Stars? American Pickers? That show was Forged in Fire, but since then you guys have introduced me through the comments to an even newer show, a more intense show, a spin-off, Forged in Fire, Knife or Death. Sounds pretty serious. So I figured I'd follow up and strike while the iron's hot. Huh? More like smoldering. It's been about 2.5 weeks since I've posted it. It's not a hot video anymore. Now, while this show shares a name with the first, it's a very different format. You see, they take winners from previous Forged in Fire episodes and have them compete with each other in sort of a blade obstacle course, if you will, where they will have to slash their way through a variety of different objects while being timed. What can go wrong? Then the winners of that competition go on to an even more intense obstacle course, and then that's it, the show's over after that one. So, with all that out of the way, let's check out Forged in Fire, Knife or Death.
To earn the $20,000 grand prize and the title of Knife or Death champion.
Just seeing this title card alone, I'm not sure if it's a cooking competition or what. I mean, I know it's not, but if I went into it no context, I wouldn't know. Also, is that a cantaloupe?
Forged in Fire was a lot about how to make a blade. Knife or Death, that really shows what my blades are made of.
You know, I can barely follow the 3 people on a normal Forged in Fire episode, so now I have to remember 5 different 6 people. I don't know, I can't even count that many people. Who can?
Blade wielders and bladesmiths.
No logical reason to be that fucking far away from them. I would have a hell of a time on this show already. Well, I also don't know how to make a knife, so that would be my first roadblock.
You've all forged your own custom blades. Now it's time to see if they'll be strong enough to stand up to knife fight.
They have not done a single thing on this show yet, and this guy is drenched.
The knife fight course is a true test of speed and power. First up, Decapitator. Slice completely through each target at each station with one swing. Failure to complete the station is a penalty.
I'm glad to see that the forgers are the one wielding their blade because that judge from the last video could not chop a coconut to save his life. And his job was to chop the coconuts.
Once completed, it's on to Lifeline. A sudden death obstacle. You must fully slice through 3 hanging objects with one swing each. Fail to slice through the thickest part, your runtime ends. Next up, another sudden death elimination. Kill shot. You must fully slice through 3 sections of ratchet strap with one swing each.
I love how intense they try to make everything on this show sound like this is Lifeline, and it's a chicken, a fish, and a roast. And then fucking Kill Shot is 3 sets of ratchet straps with varying complexity.
This season's course is a whole lot harder than last season. It's going to really test the blade, so it'll be interesting.
May I ask where this entire group of gentlemen were January 6th? You know, that seems to be the common denominator with any man on this show or Forged in Fire. We could probably guess where they were that day.
The 2 that make it the farthest, the fastest, will move on to our second, even more grueling challenge course, Dead Run.
The host is about to burst out of his skin. He looks like Mr. Hyde.
Many of you know our blade specialist and 2-time Forged in Fire champion, Travis Schwartz. If you find anything wrong with your blade, you could be eliminated.
Okay, this guy is stressed the fuck out that he's gonna find something wrong with his blade.
Good luck, gentlemen. Go get your blades ready.
Now I know I just keep making jokes about appearances, but holy shit, this guy in the khaki shorts and the black shirt, I am 110% certain he is someone's stepdad. If you type in my stepdad Rick into a machine, this guy pops out.
Getting a bunch of Forged in Fire guys, putting us all together and doing this, I think it's gonna be fun. And I think I got what it takes, but we're gonna find out, aren't we?
Okay, this guy was definitely the Phil of his episode. He works at a computer repair shop and makes knives on his spare time.
So what do you got there?
Got a 2-handed falcata,
How long is this sucker?
about 23.
Why that much handle?
I wanted power, I wanted an extreme aggressive cutting edge.
I think you have those things.
So before the competition can begin, each contestant has to bring their blade to this guy for him to inspect and test it on some sugarcane to see if it makes the cut. Literally.
My concern is that you have a lot of brute force power and can push through an object, but it's something that's hard to develop a lot of blade speed.
No, sir, with all due respect, this blade is made for killing men, not sugarcane. It's done much more than that.
Congratulations, your knife makes the cut.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Here he comes.
You think they told him to kick that fence open like that, or do you think that was a personal choice?
And here it is. Backhanded whack. Boom, he got it.
Oh, he missed it. That was my main concern here. The length of that handle and having that blade so low. It's a heavy blade.
How often do you think the hosts just bring produce from home that they don't feel like chopping up themselves just to get some free labor out of these guys?
Let's see how the blade performs at Slasher. Competitors must cut each object in half before it makes it one full trip on the track, all the way down, all the way back.
You know, watching these guys blaze through this course has got me breaking a sweat. So let's change into a t-shirt and thank the sponsor of today's video, Keeps. Now, at the moment, I'm not dealing with hair loss. At the moment. Time will tell, I wear a lot of hats. But if you are, Keeps may be able to help. You see, Keeps is an online subscription service that makes it easy and affordable for men to treat their male pattern baldness from the comfort of their own home. That means no having to leave your house for a doctor's visit or pharmacy, so just do it at home. All treatment plans are personalized for you and your needs, and recommended by a licensed medical provider, and treatments are typically half the cost of traditional pharmacy prices. Keeps offers both of the FDA-approved hair loss treatment options, as well as an option for their 2-in-1 gel that combines both treatments. And according to clinical studies, the treatments offered by Keeps are 90% effective at treating hair loss, and can increase hair growth by 35%. And not only are treatments delivered to your door in discreet packaging, they're delivered on your schedule, meaning you can opt in for deliveries every 3, 6, or 12 months, depending on what's best for you. Or maybe you're like me and you just want to take better care of the hair you have. Keeps offers hair thickening shampoo and conditioner as well. Guys, hair loss stops with Keeps. For a special offer to get started, go to keeps.com/ChrisJames or click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/ChrisJames. Hope you guys check them out. Let me know if you do. Thank you to Keeps for sponsoring, and now back to the video.
Body driving the canvas.
There you
wow,
go.
look
There
at
you
that power.
go. No hip movement there. One slice
Wow.
and first two down. Nice.
Nice. I
Okay.
love how he works the
Absolutely
angles.
demolished Slasher.
Can I just say, these guys are living for this shit. I think they've been waiting their whole lives for this, and I think I'm happy for them.
With this blade here and that handle, I mean, this could do some damage. 2 strikes. Hoorah.
One wrong swing, and that blade won't cut. This is a formidable obstacle right here. Oh, he misses. That's disappointing.
It looks like the kill shot claims its first victim.
So the sword I brought today is a falchion. It's about 20 inches long. It was a 14-hour build. I haven't really had a chance to test it at all, but hopefully she'll do what she needs to do.
Sounds promising.
I came here to have fun and wreck some stuff.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna wreck a little bit of sugar cane with it.
I just came here to have some fun and wreck some stuff. Just stuff on the obstacle course, I hope. Right? Just stuff on the obstacle. I feel like I'm questioning what I just said now. How about you just test that knife for me and I'll get out of your hair.
So, congratulations, your blade makes the cut.
Thank you, sir. It's going to be a tough course. It's going to be a challenge.
You know, I know I've been joking around about it a lot, but this guy does seem like he genuinely wants to just have a good time. He seems like the least serious guy I've seen on this show yet. And that counts Forged in Fire, too.
Page is up at bat. He's coming in with the falchion sword.
Guarding everything but his cock and balls.
Way too hard. He's going to knock that thing off the path. Way too hard.
He could put it. Nope, he did not. Another failed attempt at timber. Well, if there's anything in his future that requires power, it's ice pick. Look at what he's doing here. Backside of the blade. He needs
That's
to
a
move.
lot of power. Look at his hips and how he expands those hips. It's just like a baseball player. You got to push through it.
He needs power if he's gonna get through this ice, and it looks like he's using it. Yeah, Tim, look at those fucking hips. Yeah, What?
He is struggling here. He's gassed.
I'm a little concerned.
Chipping away.
He needs to hit this thing with power.
Page is spending about a week on it. He is gasping for air.
So while Paige is chopping away at the ice, it looks like he gets pretty gassed, and I thought he was about to be wheeled away on a stretcher, but he decides to just give up and move on to the lifeline. The chicken.
There you
Wow,
go.
look at that power.
Here he goes. 4-inch strap through.
Right
Double
through.
two. Okay, one more strike. Pull through now.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful job.
Way to gut it through.
Page makes it, fighting his way through the ratchet straps, completing knife fight.
You know, even though you borderline went into cardiac arrest, you finished. And that's all that matters. Well, except for the penalty for not finishing that ice, but at least you got through the goddamn ratchet straps.
My blade didn't break. I'm happy. I'm in pain, but I'm happy. Pain goes away.
No, I don't know about that. When you're at the age where they call a medic when you're out of breath, I don't think pain just goes away like that.
What's this handle material? It almost looks like a pressed board of sorts.
No, that's actually stabilized horse manure.
So you're saying that is horse?
That's right, it is horse.
That's really manure? Wow. That is horseshit. Good job, I think.
Get sharp and it will cut. I don't know if I want to wash my hands after handling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to wash my hands after that or not. I never have. I can see that.
Okay, stepping up the decapitator.
Nice.
Beautiful second cut.
Man, these guys sure can cut. Anyways, this is a reminder to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ChrisTheJames, also TikTok at ChrisTheJames everywhere. Keep up with me outside of YouTube. Do it if you want. Do it. Don't do it if you don't. I'm not your fucking dad. Anyways, back to the video.
Oh, beautiful
Nice.
third cut. That was
You see, he took
spectacular.
his time and thought about it.
God, this guy is blazing through it. He's doing much better than the first two. Good on him.
Entry.
Talk about technique here. He needs to create a wedge on underneath of this 2x4.
And he was starting to do that, but it looks like he's
Now it's
rushing.
just
He's got a
brute
little
strength.
Oh, miss. 30-second penalty at timber.
This thing is not about power. This thing's about precision.
You know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention before. I wasn't paying attention before, but it took 3 guys attempting this part of the course and failing for me to realize that they are supposed to cut the board in a way where it falls directly into the middle of that apparatus. Cool, I get it now. I was getting pissed off that they kept failing, even though they were chopping the wood.
Not staying in one spot.
Dave Roeder completes ice pick.
Dave Roeder. Dave Roeder.
Wow. Look at the
Beautiful.
power.
That is technique. Oh, that was close.
He's running on the course. A big no-no.
Drew the Kid Goodson steps up to knife fight.
Highly doubt that's a self-proclaimed nickname. They probably just gave it to him backstage. Like, I can't see him wanting to be called that. Yeah, I know, I look like I'm 17, okay? I get it. Alright, but I make knives too, just like you guys. I'm just not 50 and red.
This is a modified cleaver.
Comparatively, it's small in stature, but so is he.
Stop fucking calling me small.
Oh, that was close. Another penalty for missing the target.
At this point, has anyone completed this challenge? Because it doesn't look like something that people can effectively do.
And this is the perfect blade. Oh, wow.
Did this so well prior.
I think he did more of an impact type of hit versus a slashing hit. Gosh.
So now it's time for Peter to step up to the plate, and it looks like he's got a pretty nice blade. I wonder if his confidence matches
I
his...
feel confident in the sword, not as confident in myself.
Look at him extend his grip. He's going
Beautiful.
towards the end of that handle, and it's giving him that power he needs.
I don't like the look in his eye when he cuts flesh. It's a little different than when he cuts other objects, but when he cuts flesh, something in there wakes up.
Jay stepping up to the decapitator with that 22-inch blade. Let's see what he's got.
And you know Jay means fucking business. We got loafers, white socks, khaki shorts. He's going to fuck this course up.
Let's see what he's got.
All right, Jay, let's see what you've got. Well, all I've got is my best, so I guess that'll have to do.
Stepping up the timber. Here we go again. Another competitor. Absolutely trying to destroy it.
Did they tell anyone the rules for this challenge? It seems like none of them have gotten it, nor will any by the end of this episode.
Your blade performs well. It's very sharp. It has a lot of power. I look forward to seeing what you can do with it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your knife makes the cut.
Thank you.
Okay, so this guy definitely looks like one of the guys I would sell lottery to at the store that would tell me all of his opinions against my will and then insult my generation before leaving.
Well, he was SWAT team for 20 years. He is old school cool. One of the issues that he said that he may have in this competition is taking his time and being patient.
Well, I didn't take my time and be patient when I was on the force, and I'm not going to today.
He's moving up to timber.
That's a lot of hard chops.
He's got a strategy going.
He
No
is using
question.
the right technique. Notice how he started slowing down his chops. Now,
Beautiful.
look at those. Now it's a small.
Beautiful job! Way to go!
That is how you let gravity take over.
Well, I'll be damned. I was just about to make another joke about nobody being able to complete this section of the course. And then he just goes and completes this section of the course. Perfect.
It's all about angle.
Here he goes. First one, no issue.
Whack! Wow, look at that power.
So it looks like Keith performed the best out of everyone on this course thus far, so good on him.
Congratulations, gentlemen. The four of you have successfully completed knife fight.
So now that everybody has completed, well, 4 of them have completed the, I forgot what it's called, the knife course, it's time for 2 people to go home. The ones that performed the slowest, and unfortunately, Paige was one of them. I was hoping Paige was going to be one of the last contenders.
Paige was quite the struggle. Fortunately, he had the slowest time. It's time to take your blade and go.
Luckily, he gets to take his blade home, which I guess after reading some of the comments in the last video, it seems like it's kind of a bureaucratic red tape thing on Forged in Fire that because they made the blade on set, they can't take it home. Like maybe it's considered a prop, something like that, but they get to take it home here. Probably because they brought their blades with them from home, so they're literally bringing their own property. So they get to take it home. You would hope so, right? But at least Paige has a pretty good attitude about it, all things considered.
I came here, I did the thing. Life is good. Kick ass and party.
Keith, with a time of 1 minute and 31 seconds, congratulations. You will be moving on to Dead Run. Great job. It's down to Jay and Dave. The second fastest time, with time penalties added.
I love this dubbing they did. Like, it was the most obvious they added it in post ever. Like, they had to rush in to add, with penalties added.
With time penalties added. Comes down to whoever had the fewest penalties. Jay, you had 4 penalties. Dave, you had 3 penalties. Congratulations, you will be moving on to Dead Run. Jay, that was the closest second place finish we have ever had on Knife or Death. But it's time to take your blade and go. Thank you, sir.
As a Forged in Fire champ, I've never taken the walk of shame before. You know, that's the way the cookie crumbled.
Someone keep an eye on Jay leaving the building. If you remember that look he had in his eye when he cut that flesh earlier, that wasn't the first time he made that look, and it will not be the last.
Congrats, Keith and Dave. Outside, Dead Run awaits. While Knife Fight was the ultimate test of blades, Dead Run is the ultimate test of speed, timing, accuracy, and precision.
Now, moving on to the final competition, when I first saw this obstacle course from the side, I thought we were about to see literally Wipeout with knives, which, terrible fucking idea. But I was strapping in, I was ready. But it's just an illusion because it's pretty much just a bunch of different apparati, I don't fucking know. It's a bunch of different apparatuses that are just made to release melons and bottles.
Ball Buster. Slice 9 rolling balls in half before they hit the floor.
Okay, looking at the ball buster in action, this one looks way beyond their skill level. It looks like way beyond most people's skill level. It just looks really fucking hard. If I'm being honest, this whole course looks really fucking hard. And not just for me, little old me, who has trouble chopping an onion sometimes. It just looks hard for people who know how to use blades.
2 penalties. Now he steps up to Ball Buster. Slice 9 balls in half before they hit the floor. Missed the first. Missed the second. Missed the third. Okay, missed the fourth.
I'm just interested to see how the next guy performs on this course because so far it is just bananas. Actually, it's melons.
Another one. One more penalty. 0 for 4. Every one of those were a penalty.
Hopefully his run's fast enough.
Nice!
Beautiful. How about the backstroke, though? I'm not thinking that's the best way to do that.
You see, I'm just not thinking that's the best way to do this. Okay, well, you're not out here doing this shit, so shut the fuck up.
4. Oh, miss. Now he's got to get through the box.
Holy shit, I thought that wood crate was just gonna fucking come swinging down on him.
Keith Hill is up.
I absolutely have enough gas left in reserve to get through the next course.
But can he defeat Dave Roeder? Because in reality, that knife was the
Bill, you are referring to the horse manure handle that knife is made out of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's on track. The red ball, he got it. He sliced a bit off. He's got 5 penalties up to now. Can he dominate Extinguisher where Dave did not?
As long as he find that perfect sweet position.
Now for this next contestant doing the Extinguisher, you know, that one that the previous guy didn't do a single bit of damage to, Keith seems to do what I think you're supposed to do, and he splashes water onto the fire, but it does not extinguish the flame. So I don't know if you're supposed to just hit the bottle at a certain angle to where more water comes out. This looks really fucking hard once again. So now Keith goes through this course performing pretty much the same as the other guy. I think he just did a little bit better off the bat, so he has less penalties, so he's probably going to win.
Great job. Release the contents. Moving on.
Oh, this man's
Firestorm. One final cut, then the clock stops. Boom!
So now that both guys have completed the obstacle course, it's time to tally up their times with penalties added. I can't wait for this to be over. Holy shit, this is way more repetitive than the other show.
6 minutes and 50 seconds. Congratulations, my friend. You won $2,000.
I came here as a Forged and Fire champion, came in second place, but I still leave as a winner.
Congratulations, my friend. You're moving on to the Grand Champion Showdown.
There's more? Oh my god. Keith just won 20 grand. He won the grand prize. Well, not the grand prize, because apparently there's fucking more after this. All I know is he's going home and he's going to crush a case of Milwaukee's Best.
You got to come back and kick some ass.
Yes, sir. And I can't wait just to do it again. I am a winner!
Well, guys, that was Forged in Fire, Knife or Death. I hope you guys did enjoy. We will be back to regularly scheduled not knife content here soon. I want to post a whole bunch of videos for the end of the year. I have a lot of fun, I have a lot of stuff planned, loosely planned. So anyways, stay tuned, check out the channel, check out my other videos, check me out on the other social medias, like I said, at Chris the James. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't, all that fun stuff. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to check out Keeps, link in the description. With all that being said, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.